Okay. Fleetwood Mac is great and all, but I'm gonna take a sharp turn here, as of the tone of this show, because I feel like we should be freaking rocking out tonight. Okay, so let's do a little bit of partying here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I put on, baby.
When they see me off in traffic, they say Jeezy on some other shit. Send them pussy niggas running straight back to the dealership. Me, I'm in my spaceship, that's right, I work for NASA. This FNH is not a fraud. Call that bitch my bodyguard. Call that bitch your bodyguard. Yeah, that's my bodyguard. Wear a lot of jewelry. Young don't do security. It's whiter than a napkin, harder than a dinner plate. If you want it, come and get it. You know I stay super straight. Ran up in my spots and now I'm working out the Super 8. Know you niggas hungry, come and get a super plate. Y'all sing happy birthday, yeah I got that super cake. 100 carat bracelet, I use it like some super bait. I put on for my city, on for my city. I put on for my city, on for my city. Put on east side, put on south side, put on west side, put on. Let's go. I put on for my city, on for my city. I put on for my city, on for my city. Put on east side, put on south side, put on west side, put on. Let's go. Hat back, top back, ain't nothing but a young thug. HKs, AKs, I need to join a gun club. Big wheel, big straps, you know I like it super size. Passengers are red bone, her weave look like some curly fries. Inside fish sticks, outside tartar sauce. Pocket full of celery, imagine what she telling me. Blowing on asparagus, the realest shit I ever smoked. Riding to that trapper die, the realest shit I ever wrote. They know I got that broccoli, so I keep that Glock with me. Don't get caught without one. Coming from where I'm from, call me G's and Hamilton. Flying down Camelton, so fresh, so clean, on my way to Charlotte. I put on for my city, on for my city. I put on for my city, on for my city. Put on east side, put on south side, put on west side, put on. Let's go. I put on for my city, on for my city. I put on for my city, on for my city. Put on east side, put on south side, put on west side, put on. Let's go. I put on I put on for my city. I put on for my city. I feel like it's still niggas that owe me checks. I feel like it's still bitches that owe me sex. I feel like this, but niggas don't know he's stressed. I lost the only girl in the world that know me best. I got the money and the fame, man, that don't mean shit. I got the Jesus on the chain, man, that don't mean shit. Cause when the Jesus pieces can't bring me peace, so I need just at least one of Russell's leases. I let my nightmares go. I put on everybody that I knew from the go. I know hoes that was frontin' when they knew he was broke. They say, damn, easy, you don't know it's no more. You got that big fame on me and you just changed on me. You can ask big homie, man, the top. So lonely, so lonely, Let me see what we have tonight. I'm high as a satellite. I see those flashing lights. Cause every night I put on for my city. On for my city. I put on for my city. On for my city. Put on east side. Put on south side. Put on west side. Put on. Let's go. I put on for my city. On for my city. I put on for my city. On for my city. Put on east side. Put on south side. Put on west side. Put on. Let me see what we have tonight. I'm high as a satellite. I see those flashing lights. Cause every night, let me see what we have tonight. I'm high as a satellite.
I am sufficiently turned up. I'm sufficiently turned. What about you, Rick Tucker? You turned? What's up, everybody? Daggum, did we get a freaking awesome win last night? I mean, damn. Oh, man.
Trick or treat, North Carolina. Woo!
What?
Let's go.
Oh, my God. What in the hell?
I'm all the way turned up. Let's
Dude,
go.
what in the hell are you wearing, man?
It's Halloween. Brent Key said, Happy Halloween. That was the first thing he said.
It sure is. He sure is a corny freaking... He's a corny freaking weirdo, isn't he?
All right, well, that was quite theatrical.
That was great.
Yeah, hell of a win, man. Like, I don't 100% know what to say. I did want to say this. You asked me a while ago, or like last week, if King was still on track.
Mm-hmm.
The single season passing yardage record is 3,085.
Yeah.
Touchdown record is
29. Right.
Joe Hamilton.
He's third already. It's 29 with Joe Hamilton, 23 with Godsey, and 21 with Haynes King right now. And we've got 4 games to go, right?
If he averages 241 yards a game and 2 touchdowns a game, he'll break both of them.
Wow.
Right now, he's averaging 265 a game, 2.6 touchdowns a game.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Bling, bling, Haynes King.
I know, dude. It is, it's awesome. I'm stoked. I couldn't be more stoked.
So if he just keeps doing what he's doing, he'll break both single-season records.
I've been reading all kind of like crazy stats about yesterday and everything. Just a lot of crazy stuff that were 19 and 25 against North Carolina in the past 25 years, more than any other team in that span. And I don't know that we had, was it 600 something yards?
637 yards, 348 on the ground.
That's unbelievable. 635 yards.
We had 200 plus in the fourth quarter alone, I think.
God almighty.
Rushing.
And we didn't score in the in the first and third quarter at all.
We only scored half the game.
We
half of the quarter.
had 10 yards in the third quarter.
Well, that keeps with the trend of only, was it even quarters we scored on?
Yeah, and even weeks.
We only win on even weeks. We only score in even quarters. This is the most like superstitious oriented voodoo magic team.
Speaking of which, I saw somebody mention it in the comment section. We're underdogs next week against Virginia.
And we should be, honestly.
I agree. I mean, they're hot right now. And we never freaking win in Charlottesville.
It's crazy, though, because we beat Miami and North Carolina, and they probably should have beat Miami and North Carolina. They beat North Carolina in what was it, double overtime against Miami?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So, pretty crazy stuff. Wouldn't be shocked at all if we lost next week. I'm back on the despair. But
it all comes around.
You just can't count. You just can't count the Yellow Jackets out under Brent Key. You just can't count them out.
No, and I don't know. This is how shook the North Carolina fan base is. I saw this on Twitter. This guy said, "Can't wait to get out of this effing conference and never play teams like Georgia Tech, Virginia, Boston College."
I bet he
NC State
can.
Again.
I bet he can.
And I couldn't let that.
I bet he can't. Did you mute yourself?
No, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can
can't
hear
hear
you
me?
now. I couldn't hear you for a second. I can hear you now.
Sorry. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yeah. So I clapped back. I said, LOL, you want to leave the conference so you can dodge teams like Virginia? You said the quiet part out loud, sir.
I know, dude. Yeah, I bet you do want to get. 19 of the
last 25, 11 of the last 13, 3 in a row, and you've had 2 first-round quarterbacks in that 3 wins streak, except we are your daddy.
The UNC fans have been very fun to laugh at, point and laugh. It's been great.
Yes.
It's been great. This is just great. Everything about it, really.
I mean, that's why we scheduled him on homecoming. Georgia Tech administration and the AD knew what was going to happen, even if we had lost faith.
I know, man. I know, dude. I don't know. I can't explain it, man. I can't explain it. I've been riding high all day, though. I've been loud and proud all day. I've been stoked.
Yes, B-Bean's right. I am born again. And maybe that will – what if we went out? Then there's definitely something to it.
I was about to say my prediction, okay, my preseason prediction of 8-4 is still on the table, okay? My preseason prediction of 8-4 still possible.
It is.
Now, for the people that laughed at me about that prediction, do you kind of see where I was coming from at least? Do you guys kind of see, like, where I thought maybe we could do that, you know? Like, I might have got carried away, but, like, I thought that what we saw from North Carolina would kind of be more like what we would get on a week-to-week basis, and we haven't. But do you guys kind of see where I could maybe think that? I hope that, you know, I hope that those people that have been laughing at me about, you know, about my idiotic prediction, I hope they can kind of see where I was coming from now.
Well, what we saw is there is talent on this team.
Yeah. On
the offensive side.
Yeah.
And we saw that against North Carolina. North Carolina's not a great defense. I'm not even saying they're good. They've got some great pieces, and what happened in that fourth quarter is their defense got gassed. And then we saw the wide receiver depth. I mean, Seether had a touchdown. Rutherford had a touchdown. Who else?
Dante. Did Dante get a touchdown? I know Jamal Haynes had a touchdown.
I'm trying to think through the air. I think we had 3 wide receivers, both all catching touchdowns. Yeah, and then Haynes, Dante Smith shows up and shows out, 70-yard touchdown. I mean, we just ran it right down their throats.
Dude, that was awesome.
Do anything about it.
That Dante Smith touchdown was awesome, and I think it was the drive before where we just ran it down their throats, and there was nothing we could do. There was absolutely nothing they could do to stop us. We got like a minimum of 4 or 5 yards per run, and we just marched down the field. Everything about this game was poetic. Like,
yes.
The fact that we won with Paul Johnson in attendance and put up like 200-something rushing yards in the fourth quarter, and it was with his last recruit on the roster, which is Dante Smith.
He had 170 yards on the ground.
Insane. It's just everything about it is poetic.
I love it. And by the way, shout out to the offensive line. They whooped some ass in the second half.
I could not be happier with the offensive line performance, man. Those guys got amazing protection. And I saw today it got the attention of this like 4-star offensive lineman from Mississippi. He said he was there at the game and had a great time, and he said it was the best game he's been to so far.
Man.
Can you believe
that was huge? Yeah, because we were the only ACC game on in that 8 o'clock time slot.
Yep.
We had a bunch of recruits there,
yep.
And I see Buzz Talk with the $2 super chat says 3-star running back Jaden Matthews decommits from Tech. I thought that happened over the summer though.
Thank you for the super chat. I wonder if that's another one of these
parting ways.
Yeah.
Like mutual.
According
things.
to some reputable sources, a lot of these decommits we've been getting lately are the staff releasing rescinding their offer. So,
and I think part of that is talent evaluation. I think another part of that is we've had a lot of offensive commits, and I think now we're seeing we need the need is on defense. We need to go recruit. Yeah. As many linebackers as we can. As many
D linemen, man. We need it bad. The secondary, I feel like they could play better if we didn't suck so bad up front. You know,
if we get some pressure,
right.
And we did it. We pressured Drake May maybe like 8% of the downs last night. It wasn't much. We were able to do it more in the second half.
Matthew
Cambuel?
Am I saying that right?
That's my guess.
Thank you so much. Hey, YouTube gives a special notification for this, but it says it's your 10th super chat on a live stream. So thanks. Thank you for supporting the channel so much. It means a lot. It really does. I'm surprised that FaceTag doesn't have that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I know. He blew through it. They couldn't catch up. He's been killing it.
But he says, thank you so much for the 5. He says, I will be hysterical if we lose to UVA, beat Clemson, lose to Syracuse, and beat UGA. I mean, yeah. I mean, I will too, really. I mean,
But it will have ended with beating Georgia.
Yeah.
And a bowl appearance.
It's going to be the talk of the town if we wind up getting to that position. I think we will play inspired football at least against Georgia because Brent Key did say that we will work 365 days to beat them, and I believe him. And when we play as underdogs, he can get them turned up. And I have a feeling that the home crowd is going to be a little better this year. I have a feeling. Your boy Sea-Dog is going to be at that game. We got a lot of football to play until then. I mean, look, the win-loss thing is cute and all, but I would prefer we beat Virginia. Because what the problem is, the fun part is the winning part, but the losing part is what sucks. You know what I mean? If we could reach bowl eligibility before the Georgia game, I think that would be in everybody's best interest. No?
Emotionally, for me, it would be.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my God.
Because we cruised up into the Georgia game last year without being bowl eligible, and it didn't go well. So,
No.
I mean, it would be cute. I mean, the whole thing is cute, but, I mean, geez. Facehack with the 5, thank you so much, and the 2. So, thank you for that. He says, yes, we were settling for less, but we see now that we need to free up spots for transfer portal and defense. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I appreciate that Coach Key will make these tough decisions. Like,
Yes.
you could argue that the defensive line coaches last year were good. Like, we had a pretty good D-line last year. And he fired them simply because Marco Coleman's better.
He's a better recruiter,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I think he's a better D-line coach. Like,
I do,
that's
too.
something Kuhn had said. Like, this staff is assembled not only to win on the field, which
Yeah.
it is, but to recruit
Yeah.
better than we've ever recruited
Yeah.
at Tech.
Right. So I really appreciate that Key has that quality, that he's able to be almost cutthroat on his staff and recruiting, and with the roster too. Hopefully, because we need it. I mean, you gotta that's where like these coaches that it bites them in the ass, like Dabo. Like he's so afraid to hurt people's feelings. And he's so afraid to hurt.
Well, not his fans, but
not his
people
fans,
that work
but
for him.
the people that work for him, his friends, his former players. He's afraid
His
to hurt.
son is on scholarship.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and the former player, like C.J. Spiller, is their running backs coach. Probably not the best guy for the job. Just
No.
straight up.
Just because
So-
you're a good player does not
Yeah.
mean you're going to be a good coach.
Exactly.
In fact, it's usually not the case.
Exactly. And especially because he didn't. I mean, how long did he play in the NFL?
A good while.
It's like you have to work your way up to that. So he plays in the NFL for a while, and then he comes out and immediately is a running back coach for Clemson. I mean, go be the running backs coach for McNeese State for a while. You know, you don't just jump right into the running back role of Clemson. Anyway, I'm getting off on that tangent, but being able to hurt people's feelings is a really tough thing, but it's a really good quality to have in making those tough decisions. And you're seeing other coaches, it bites them in the ass when they can't do it.
For sure. And like hurting feelings isn't the intention, but it's like I'm going to do what's required to win.
Yeah.
No matter how that might make
Yeah.
people feel.
Yeah. I love that. I love that he's hungry. He's hungry for wins, and he will do whatever it takes, even if it, I mean, he'll be cutthroat. It's what you got to be. You have to be. If somebody's not doing their job, find somebody who will. I like that we had some turnaround at linebacker there, turnover at linebacker position. A lot of people got reps at linebacker yesterday.
Yes.
Find out who wants to play.
Now, we talked about this on the live show. Appreciate it, Buzz Talk, with the other $2 super chat. Says if we make a bowl, Tech fans better pack the house. I'll say it right now. If we make a bowl, I don't care where it is, even if it's in California, and I swore I would never go there. I will go wherever the bowl is.
I will go depending on where it is and when it is. I'm going to go ahead and make that. Committing to things is not something that Sea Dog has been able to do lately. But are you talking about if we make a bowl, we better pack the house at the bowl, or are you talking about
we better
if we
travel?
Oh,
That's
I
how
kind
I
of
take
took
it.
this to mean like if we make a bowl, we better pack the house against Georgia.
Oh.
Now that
Well,
might,
either way, we better
yeah,
pack the house
we
against
better
Georgia.
against Georgia. Yeah, we better. But I agree. We need to pack the house no matter what. We have. He says, "Hope for the Birmingham Bowl. Don't want to travel too far." Appreciate
That's
the super
fair.
chat. Appreciate the super chat. Yeah, the Birmingham Bowl will be perfect. Me and Rec Talk actually made a trip to Birmingham this past off season.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Pell City.
Yeah. Pell City. It's about
It
40
was like
miles from Birmingham.
20. Yeah, it was like 20 minutes from Birmingham. So pretty funny. But don't we need to win 3 of the next 4 to make a bowl game? No, we need 2 to make a bowl game.
Which is very
doable. Very doable. I was saying, because after the Bowling Green game, I was like, dude, or the Boston College game, I was like, we can't make a freaking bowl. Especially not if we lose to South Carolina. We would have to win 3 in a row. We would have to win. We'd have to win against Virginia,
Syracuse, and then beat Clemson.
Syracuse and Clemson or Georgia. And so, now I wouldn't even put Clemson. Clemson might be the easiest game left on our schedule, to be honest.
Well, they're reaping the consequences of everything you just said. Like,
yeah.
Dabo will probably never admit it, but like being the only coach that won't accept people from the transfer portal, the horrible nepotism of people on scholarship and on staff, is the reason they're in this spot.
Wait. Buzz Talk, with the thank you for the comment. He says his throw to Seether has been the best play all year. I disagree. I think his best play all year was when he somehow got the ball to Luke Benson in double coverage. I think that was the best play of the year, because when you're able to put it in Luke Benson's breadbasket in double coverage, that is more impressive to me. But also, I was joking about thank you for the comment, but thank you for the super chat again. He says, "Did y'all see that Drake May is apparently going to sit out the rest of the season to save his draft stock? We broke him." No, he's not.
I saw someone tweeted that.
I saw someone trolling.
Yeah, that's... I couldn't find anything. I looked just to see like if anyone else reported that. If that was true, it'd be the first thing on ESPN you saw.
Yeah, I think that might have been a troll. I saw people saying that jokingly, but I didn't think that it would actually...
That'd be hilarious, though.
I'll be right back. I have to. I've got the fan blowing right on my feet, and it's like freezing my toes off. I'll be right back. I gotta move this thing.
It's all good. But yeah, I mean, like we said, bowl very doable now. I mean, this Virginia game is going to be tough. Virginia is a team that tends to run the ball very well, and the games that they have played well in, or the one that they won, they just kind of banged it on the ground, and it's not been something we've been great at stopping. But if we can put up 46 against North Carolina, surely we could do it against Virginia and hold them under 46.
Guess what I got?
What you got?
Some chalky milk.
Oh, man, I hate milk.
Yeah, but it's chocolate.
I know, but it's milk.
You don't like chocolate milk?
No, dude.
Dude, you think you know a guy.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What the hell's wrong with you, man? I don't like milk either, but chocolate milk.
Look, when you see at least 3 movies that I deem to be epic, great movies, I will drink chocolate milk with you.
Chocolate milk is universally loved by every single...
By children.
Yeah. And adults alike. Chalky milk.
In the chat, you need to start a poll.
I'm starting a poll.
Who likes chocolate milk?
Dude, everyone freaking loves chocolate milk.
Let's start with the $2 super chat. Says, regardless, we broke them. GT owns UNC. Clown emoji. Laughing my ass off. That's true. I mean,
thank you.
There's not even an argument that we don't own North Carolina.
All right.
You got the poll started?
Yeah, I've got the poll started.
Oh, look, 100%. Oh, never mind. For a second, 100% of people.
You
did not
voted.
like Chuck. No, we'll never know. We'll never know. It's anonymous.
The yes option is the Georgia Tech of this poll's options, and the no option is the North Carolina of this poll's options.
How dare you say that?
You're getting blown. You're getting blown out, dude. 92 to 8%, 93 to
Damn.
7%. You're getting blown out.
I feel like North Carolina did when Jeff Collins played him.
Dude. And we couldn't even blow them out. If we had if we had last year's defense, then I thought our defense would be more comparable to last year's, and if it was, we would have blown them out in similar fashion. Literally any problem we have gets fixed against North Carolina. We just
the best
own
game we play every year is against them.
We just own their mind, body, and soul. The best game we play, yes, every year against them. Can we permanently schedule them? Please.
Does it matter where we play them, by the way? No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter, dude. Dude, we can't beat Bowling Green at home. We can't beat Bowling Green at home. But North Carolina? Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Are they ranked still?
Yeah. I think so. Wait,
Let's see.
are they? Is the AP poll out? Is it out yet? Where's my phone? Oh, Lucy's sitting on it. You freaking fat cat is sitting on it. Look at you.
It is. The new poll is out. Because
I think
Air
they're
Force
unranked,
is
actually.
17.
I think somebody said they were unranked.
We knocked them out of being ranked.
Damn, man. That is brutal.
And we're ranked above them in the ACC. I mean, wow.
We're ranked above most of the conference in the ACC.
Because when we lose to a terrible team, by God, we make sure they're not an ACC team.
Dude, can you imagine if we just had, a decent defense? We would be like...
We'll be unstoppable.
We would be 9-3 or something.
The defense of last year with this year's offense would be an ACC.
It would be
team.
yeah, it would. It sure would. You're right.
Oh, Tar Heel Huddle says they're 25 and the coaches. I must have been looking
Okay.
at them. At
Do you want to come
AP
on?
or
Do you want to come on the stream, man? I don't think.
Yeah, come on in.
I don't see you follow me, but yeah. Mark Cruz says we'd be 10-2. Yep, with a good D. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Thank you, Facehack, for the super chat. I said in my UNC preview video that it was going to be a shootout, offense versus offense, QB versus QB. I was right. They are ranked 22 or 23, I think. Well, so they're unranked, but yeah, it was a shootout. Now, I've gone on the record and said I don't think we could win a shootout against anyone really, because I didn't trust our offense. I thought our offense was just too inconsistent,
I did too.
All right, I'm going to drop the link for this. Will be for Russ only. For now, maybe we could have some other people in afterwards, but I'm gonna drop this link for Russ. So there you go, Russ. Come on in and lament to us. We'll
Yeah, I commented.
we won't terrorize you.
On his video, I was like, I know how you feel. Believe me when I say
I know exactly how you feel.
I know how you feel.
Well, I've never been ranked top 10 or whatever and collapsed against the two of the worst teams in the conference, but.
Well, I know what it's like to take a bad L, but I don't know what it's like to be dark horse or a favorite ACC contender.
There's this person that does power rankings in the ACC every week. How do you power rate Georgia Tech?
You just throw a dart at a dartboard and say that's their ranking.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yep. I mean, I don't know, dude. It makes absolutely no sense. So. I wouldn't even know where to rank them. Probably somewhere in the middle,
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in the middle.
6,
honestly,
well,
I mean, we won this game. You could say, okay, we're closing this poll. You got blown out. 87 to 13.
But 13 is Eric Singleton Jr.'s number, so who really won? Huh?
Chalky Milk won.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Chalky Milk won. You got blown out. Probability we make the championship if we win out. Well,
we'd have 2 losses. So
I don't think we went out, man.
Louisville beat us though. And Louisville would probably
Louisville would have to lose.
Losses.
They do play Miami
3.
though, so that could be an interesting game.
They have 1 loss, so they'd have to lose 2 more.
Oh, we got Russ in here. What up, dude?
There he is.
Hey, man.
We can't hear you. All right. I know that he said 1 second.
Yeah.
I can read fingers.
Yeah. No problem. Get yourself hooked up if you need to. But I don't think we should get ourselves talking about AC. I know it's exciting to look at look. I know it's exciting that we're now 4th in the ACC. Are you trying to talk? No, still can't hear you. It looks like you're muted. Just unmute yourself and there you go. Try it now. No. Still no. Try. Are you yes or no? Are you familiar with StreamYard at all? Have you ever used it before? A little bit. Okay. So if you go to settings and then audio, you should be able to select your mic. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Or you can just do charades. Maybe we could do charades.
Yeah.
Yeah, he liked that one. he liked that one.
Yeah, what?
He's a good sport. I tend to mope
that.
around. I tend to mope around whenever I lose. So.
Oh, dude, I've been down. When I said I haven't been sleeping right, like that's true. I haven't.
It is. It has been really, really rough. FaceTech.
It's rougher when you have a YouTube channel. Go ahead.
FaceTech with a super chat. Thank you for the 2. He says, "W, Russ the Tar Heel. Don't go on sewer slide watch."
He's figured it out. I have a better way to say that.
That's funny. No,
Damn.
Still no audio. Dang, man. All right, we'll give you a sec. That's fine. We're patient around here.
We are.
But I was gonna say I mean, I know it's exciting to look up and see that we're 4th in the ACC right now. But I think we should just be focused on getting to a bowl, because we were feeling like this after Wake Forest too, you know. We were like, oh, dude, we just beat Wake Forest, like, you know, we could really do some damage this year, and then and then we did and then we felt that way against Miami, like, hey, we beat Miami, like. You know, and then then we dropped the ball in the green. I'm like, oh, that's it. We're not gonna make a bowl. Then we beat Miami, and I'm like, this. And then we lose to Boston College. I'm like, there's no way we ever make a bowl. And then we beat North Carolina, and now I'm like, yes, we're gonna win the ACC. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we should avoid the trappings of that, because, in all likelihood, we probably lose to Virginia next week on the road.
You don't want to go that way.
Yeah, That would just be... And I would be despairing again. But I don't know. Who knows? I would love if we broke the... We have a chance. This is now the 3rd time we have a chance against what should be lesser competition to break the streak and get to a positive winning percentage for the first time since 2018. How sad is that?
Yeah, 5 years, right?
And every time this year, this is our 3rd chance, and every time this year we have wet the bed when it comes to that. Just unbelievable. So,
y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
What's
my
going
man.
on, buddy?
Let's go.
All right, what's going on, gentlemen?
That's all right. The
dude?
tech guys will help you out with your technology issues.
Yeah.
No worries.
thanks
All
for
right,
coming
so
on,
what's
man.
going on, man?
Hey.
Absolutely, I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, man. I
Absolutely.
know it's. Look, we know what you're going through. We know what you're going through. I know it's not easy to get on after a loss like that, where you should be the better team, you should win. I know it's not
More
easy.
talented.
So shout
That's
out to
debatable. That's debatable, man.
Well-
That's debatable. We'll talk
Well,
about
you're
it in a second.
definitely more talented.
On paper.
That I can say.
you. Right,
Yeah.
on paper. For those of you that don't know, this is Russ, the Tar Heel, a brand new, shiny new YouTuber. I'm going to link
Yeah.
I'm going to link your channel in the chat. I really,
appreciate you, bro.
yeah, y'all should go subscribe to him. I've been watching your stuff, and you're a great YouTuber, man. You're really talented, and you make
I
great.
appreciate you,
Yeah,
man.
you make great stuff. So y'all go follow him. He's rapidly growing, and I respect you too because we're kind of in the same. We're kind of in the same boat. Like when I came on YouTube 3 years ago, there was no Georgia Tech YouTubers.
Right.
So, and I imagine that you had sort of the same situation, right? You came on here,
Yeah.
nobody's freaking doing it. So you say, well, I'll have to do it myself.
That's right.
And so mad respect to you. And then that in turn inspires other, YouTubers of the same team to pop up. And the community really grows online, and that's kind of what I've seen unfold with Georgia Tech. Now, I'm not going to take all the credit for the Georgia Tech thing. I think Bryce Coot and Rec Talk had more to do with it, to be honest. Also, Brett Key. Winning helps, but good for you for stepping up and filling that role because
I
it's always
appreciate you, bro.
it's always fun to have more. More
Yes.
people around and more
Completely agree.
discussion and conversation and
Yeah.
banter.
Yeah,
And-
banter. Absolutely, bro.
I've seen your shorts and you like to, screw around and
Oh, I'll get
and
on my
trash
boys,
talk.
man, when they
Yeah.
deserve it, man.
Yeah. So I dig it, man. It's great stuff. So, man, I mean,
Well, and mad respect to you because, like, unless you have a YouTube channel, like, you really don't understand how tough a loss is to get back on here after you've already talked mad shit.
Right.
And there's all these receipts for it.
Yeah, it's true, man.
yeah, a lot of these commenter clowns can say whatever they want during the week
And disappear.
and they don't face any repercussions. But
Right.
people underestimate how hard it is, and you have a lot of people. Hundreds of comments you get of people just blasting you, and it's not easy. It's not easy. So
Yeah.
so
Well-
why don't you give us your thoughts on everything and just tell us how much, however much you want to about.
All right, man.
Your
So, hey, like I said, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, man.
And I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I mean, it was a tough loss. I had my hopes up after the Virginia game. The Virginia game was kind of like a slap in the face. They were sleeping. I still didn't understand how that could be possible, considering what happened the previous year. And then I was like, okay, it's a little wake up call. We'll go down to Atlanta and try to exercise some demons, and we'll try to take it out on Tech, and we'll get some things figured out. And I think what's happened the past 2 weeks, so we're 6-0 in what's supposed to be our tougher stretch, and then we're supposed to have this easy 3-game stretch here with UVA, Georgia Tech, and Campbell. And we're 0-2 in this 3-game stretch. And I thought, honestly, that this team was different. And, you may be surprised that I call it how it is. The defense is still Charmin soft.
Yeah. I can relate to that.
We know how you
I
feel.
mean,
Yeah.
it is – and obviously when you give up 630 yards of total offense, when you give up 20-plus points in 2 separate quarters, when you give up 250 yards rushing in the fourth, I mean, just no – and, I'll say this. I'll say this because Georgia Tech deserves every bit of that win. They whooped our ass on the line of scrimmage. I mean, they whooped our ass on the line of scrimmage. But I will say this. I don't even know if that's really impressive because the defensive line is that stinking bad.
Our D-line is bad too. I wouldn't say we whooped you on D-line because it seemed like both quarterbacks had all day, really. And both of them.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about your offensive
line, yeah.
Dominant. I mean, your offensive line was getting to the second level.
Yeah.
We're getting linebackers pancaked 5-10 yards down the field. And I mean, when you talk about a 70-yard run when it's 35-24 to cut into the lead, and then Carolina has to punt it back, and then you get a 10, 12, and then another 52-yarder. And you know what? It's not even just the players. It is the scheme. You know, Gene Chizik for 2 straight weeks has refused to load the box. And you know what Georgia Tech is going to do. They're going to cram it down your mouth. I mean, they're just having all kinds of success. And it's like, yeah, we'll put 6 and 7 in the box and see what we can do.
That was uncharacteristic from us. I'm not gonna lie. Like your coaches probably weren't expecting us to run block that well because we haven't all year. That is by far our best running performance all year.
Yeah.
We are usually a passing team in the games we have won. It was by far our best offensive performance. Period. All year.
Right. Well, of course it would come against Carolina.
Yeah.
For whatever it is reason, man, we just got North Carolina's number.
Yeah,
it's just one of those. It's just one of those things.
It's true, man.
And I don't know why, because that's surprising to me. Like Sea-Dog said, we've struggled to run all year, and particularly between the tackles. I mean, Bowling Green stuffed us between the tackles trying to run.
That's
the
another
ball.
thing too. That Dante Smith, the number 4, our running back, he hasn't played at all this year.
Yeah. I think he was hurt, and then he lost some position on the depth chart and was probably like 4.
So he wasn't. I thought that he just wasn't gonna play this year because he was low on the depth chart. But he came out for whatever reason. They started playing him, and he had a good game against y'all 2 years ago too. He is the he's actually been here forever. He is the final Paul Johnson recruit left on the roster.
Wow.
And so
Who was there?
he
was there.
Yeah,
because he got inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And we were honoring him. So,
But the other surprising thing, because I don't watch obviously as much North Carolina football as you. I don't think you have a good defense, but you have some really good pieces. Gray, that linebacker, has played well for y'all at times this year, and he flows well the ball. So it was surprising to me that a team that can't run between the tackles and a team whose defensive strength to me was linebacker at times. I don't know. It seemed like y'all got gassed in the second half on defense.
So you know, I've heard that a lot, bro. But think about this: Carolina's defense played 5 snaps in the third quarter.
Yeah, you had the whole third quarter off,
and the announcers kept saying, you know, they look gassed, and it's like, well, how?
Yeah,
you know, and a lot of it. The defensive line was getting their ass handed to them so much that they were getting to that second level, and the backers couldn't fit in the hole. You know, they just couldn't get into their run fits. And, you know, when you got a guard and a tackle on you 4 or 5 yards down the field, I mean, the running back, and you guys were falling forward. I mean, I think at one time, I think in the second half, Georgia Tech was averaging 12 yards a rush.
Whew. I think it was the fourth quarter, that first drive in the fourth quarter. That drive where we just ran down the field the whole time.
Like, what is this?
That was incredible. I have not. That was alien.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, and this is, hey, I'm. It's very possible that this is Georgia Tech turning a page, but think about this. I'm trying to set you guys up for the next 4 games. Okay.
No, we appreciate it.
Appreciate it, but you're not gonna
Carolina.
You're not gonna trick me, okay?
Yeah.
You're not gonna. Yeah. Nice try, but.
So Virginia, before the North Carolina game, they averaged 99.5 yards a game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they put up 240 against North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So they over doubled their rushing output for the season against the Heels in Chapel Hill. And then Carolina follows it up by giving up 350 to Georgia Tech. So that's what I'm saying is you gashed us, but it's a porous, stinking defense, man.
Yeah.
It's a really bad, especially front four.
Look, we're totally not gonna let this get to our heads because we've had. I don't know if you've seen our record, but our record up until this point has been loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win.
Right.
And now I see Wahoo Brad in the comment section. He said, if the pattern is any indication, we beat y'all this week. It wouldn't surprise me in the very slightest. Virginia is not as lifeless as they seem to be at the beginning of the year, and they're kind of hot, like you were saying. And we haven't won in Charlottesville since 2013, even against y'all's bad team. Y'all's bad teams. So no, wouldn't surprise me at all. We can't beat Virginia to save our lives, even when we're supposedly the better team. But Brad, while I got you here, pretty please will you preview the game with me this week? It would make me so happy. I've been begging Wahoo Brad for ever since I've been on YouTube to preview the Georgia Tech Virginia game with me, but he won't do it. He's dodged me. But yes, it has been that long, since 2013. Now we might have beat you at Bobby Dodd, but for whatever reason we can't travel. But this Georgia Tech team does, for whatever reason, play better on the road.
Yeah.
We hadn't beat an FBS team at home all year until last night.
And that's not trying to rub it in. That's
I'm not trying to rub it in.
Just don't play well at home.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is crazy. You know, and I'll say this as well. I think there was a turning point in the game, and I think I'm gonna get a little bit of heat for this, especially from your crowd. But at the end of the first, going into the second, Carolina's up 14-0, and they're actually driving. And there was a absolutely atrocious holding call on Diego Pounds where he just dominated a defender, a little dude. I don't know if it was a corner or a safety, and it was like a 38-yard connection that got called back. So we're plus territory at like the Georgia Tech 30, and he just got penalized for stinking just being a stronger man than this kid. And they pull that back, and then we end up having to punt that away, and that's when Georgia Tech ends up scoring their first 7. And I knew right there, as fragile as Carolina can be sometimes, I knew right there, oh, man, here we go. We're about to be in for a dogfight, dude.
That was our first. That was in the first quarter?
That was in the second quarter.
The beginning of the second quarter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Carolina was up 14-0, and they hit a real long pass. And, I mean, he pancaked the kid.
Yeah.
So offensive lineman versus like a cornerback, and they called a hold on it, and I thought it was egregious. And that it happened to us against UVA. We had a touchdown called back where somebody just got dominated, and they're like, well, that was a little too aggressive. So,
I know which play you're talking about. There was only one angle that I saw in the replay. Maybe you saw a better angle. What I thought might have happened, because his back is to the camera angle, is when he's taking him down, he has his collar that he's pulling him down the ground with. I don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, that's possible. But that was a turning point in the football game, because the first quarter, when Georgia Tech was unable to convert on fourth, I felt like we were in control.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is the Carolina that we've been seeing before the Virginia game.
Yeah.
And then when they punted it away and Georgia Tech just got that quick 7, I knew right there. I was like, okay.
We also went up 14-0 on a team at home this season. It was Bowling Green. It was Bowling Green.
Yeah.
God,
and then we gave up
dude.
38 unanswered points.
Oh my God, dude!
Ugh.
And I was in
Now
attendance.
I tell you what I thought the turning point in that game was going to be. We come out in the half, we get a stop on defense and block a punt, and then Haynes King throws it into quad coverage, and it was a pick. It was called right. I thought that was it. I thought, here we go again, where we don't show up in the second half. So, it didn't end up being that way. Let me ask you this, because every year a lot is expected of North Carolina. It's not, from what I can see, a talent problem on offense. I think defensively, last year you were one of the worst defenses in the country. What is the feeling of the North Carolina fan base? Because when you start kind of losing like this, like we've seen it with Georgia Tech, we start fighting with ourselves. There was some bad fights in the comment section last week from Tech.
People were calling for the triple option to come back, and
wow.
yeah, it gets pretty volatile.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing from the North Carolina faithful? Because I have seen like, hey, this is the ceiling with Mac Brown. We need to move on.
Man.
From what?
I love Mac. He's obviously the greatest coach in Carolina history. But I really do wonder if the dog in him, if there ever really was a dog, is just, because, against Virginia, he's saying, we're not we're running the football successfully, and then we just abandon the run when we're cramming it down UVA's throat. And he's saying, hey, I could have called upstairs and said, hey, run the damn ball. But I didn't. And I'm thinking to myself, you're the head coach. Yeah. Like, bro, if you see a glaring problem here, like, he works for you.
Yeah.
You run the damn ball, son, or I'm going to get somebody in here who's going to stink and do it. Yeah. And then once again against Georgia Tech, like I said, Georgia Tech is just gashing us, and just seeing a nickel coverage, like even on that 3rd and 3, where you guys, the kid slides down because it's the game over. It's 3rd and 3, and you have a nickel as opposed to another down lineman. It's just, what are we doing here, man? Like, the scheme is messed up. There's just, the inability to just stop something. Do something well. Stop the run or stop the pass, but stop playing this middle ground where you get abused on both sides. And I personally, I think Gene's got to go, and I think Gene Chiswick's got to go. We've had enough of this, man, and I think a lot of Carolina fans feel that way because, like you said, it's not a talent problem. We have the athletes. We have the athletes to be a really good team. The problem is that they're not making them football players, man. Yeah. These kids are soft. A lot of them are just soft, man. And every year we get to this point where, like you said, it's like, oh, maybe North Carolina's turning. And they had me convinced this year.
I thought so too, to be honest.
They had me convinced, bro. I thought it was a different team. Yeah. I thought it was a different team, and then here we are.
Yeah.
Well, your defense looked a lot better early, especially early in the season.
But I'm starting to realize it's because of the level of talent.
Well,
I got it right here.
South Carolina,
look this up.
South Carolina was horrible, and Minnesota.
South
turns
Carolina,
out bad.
This is total offense right now. Because North Carolina has the number 100 in the country total defense right now. So that's how bad the defense is again. So South Carolina,
that good.
77th, Syracuse 79th, UVA is 84th, Minnesota is 115, and Pitt is 116. Georgia Tech and Miami are 18 and 19 respectively. So now you play a decent offense, and you're getting exposed.
Are we the 18th offense in the country?
That's what it says on NCAA football, yeah.
What?
I didn't know.
18,
we were
offense.
not in the top 25 before this game.
We were
630 yards.
We were in the 30s.
630 yards of total offense.
Well, 600 something yards will do it. But we were in the 35 range, I think.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, we needed that. Appreciate it, but I don't. What did you say? Miami was ranked because Miami has some really good running backs, and it seemed like y'all handled Miami. So.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Like, you guys have Miami's number. You just own and dominate Miami every year.
5 straight years.
Yeah, every year.
Love it.
So that's the thing.
We do too.
But that's just, it's just one of those things. And Virginia is like that way with us. You know? So it's tough.
Yeah, man.
It's tough.
Yeah. So I don't know. Man. I'm trying because Carolina fans, man, they're so used to, the heartbreak, the build up, and then the letdown, and then so I'm doing my best to keep the ship, from just screaming into the shore.
It's probably, I commend you for trying to stay positive and everything. I know it's tough, but it could always be worse. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
I'd rather have all this talent and blow it every year than go through what we've gone through with like Jeff Collins. Like,
I respect you guys. I'm not gonna lie, man, and I mean this is no disrespect. It's got to be tough to be a Georgia Tech fan.
It's no disrespect. We've said that to
yeah.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude, we haven't
I
made a
respect it,
bowl.
man.
We haven't made a bowl since 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't had a positive record during the season since then. It's like, man.
And to
Yeah.
add insult to injury, our two rivals, Clemson's down right now.
Mm-hmm.
But before this year, our two rivals have been at the top of college football.
Oh,
Clemson and
Jude,
Georgia.
it's almost
Right.
worse that Georgia has gone back to back. I hate them more than anything in the whole world. It's almost worse. It has been a completely miserable few years of football for Sea Dog for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure, bro. I'm sure, man.
We
I'm
got-
sure your grind is much more impressive than mine, bro.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. We don't have to compare traumas or anything, but
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
we have had therapy sessions like in the past few weeks, so like you're welcome to try and sort this out emotionally.
Right,
We've
right.
tried.
I've gotten to the point.
I got hope, man. I have hope. And the reason is because the last 4 teams that we play, they all have crappy offenses.
Well,
So-
let me ask you this: where does North Carolina stand in the ACC? Because look, Georgia Tech is not. We might be ahead of you now, but we're not gonna finish the season winning out against the next 3 teams we play. I'm just gonna tell you that now. So, you don't have to worry about us. I think who else is ahead of you? It's Louisville,
Virginia Tech,
and Virginia
Louisville.
Tech, and then
Yeah.
Florida State's pretty much a
Florida
shoe-in at
State.
this point.
Yeah, it's a shoe-in. Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you need? Louisville and Virginia
Need
Tech
Miami
to
to beat.
Do you
need
play
Miami
either
to-
of them?
Yeah, need Miami to beat Louisville, and you need Georgia Tech to drop another one. And then,
We'll drop one. Don't worry about that.
yeah, I don't know, man.
We-
The
Look,
the offense looked good yesterday.
look, and that's the problem though, is that our defense plays like that every game,
Right.
but our offense doesn't play like that every game. You see what I'm saying? So when our offense can't carry us like that, we lose in embarrassing fashion.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you 1,000% we're not winning out. So I wouldn't be worried at all if I was you about the Jackets. So I haven't seen. I might pull up the rest of their schedule. Does Louisville only have one ACC game left? Is that right?
No. But the only like real team they play is Miami. They were gifted just a cakewalk, man.
So yeah, you're right about that. Okay, so you say that, but they did lose to Pitt. They had a huge letdown game too. Now, of course,
Right.
they were able to bounce back. And look, I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but it might just be bad luck that you had us the next week. It's like
It should have been. I mean, there's no reason not to be up for Georgia Tech. You guys have
Right.
owned us, and we just got.
maybe you were looking
embarrassed at home.
forward to us. Maybe you're like, we're not gonna lose to these freaking guys this year.
Well,
And you overlook Virginia. I could see that happening. But
Yeah.
Well,
let's
okay.
see.
Louisville's got Virginia Tech next, and Virginia Tech's playing a lot better. I'm not saying they should beat Louisville.
Okay, so
but-
one of them is going to lose that, so that knocks out at least one of them.
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
they both got 2 losses then, right? Or one of them would have 2 losses, and the other one still has
Yeah.
1 loss.
Yeah.
So if Louisville beat Virginia Tech, and then Miami beat Louisville, and then Carolina could win out,
That'd be your
then
path.
you got,
Jeez.
yeah, that's right.
That's
but
a
then
lot of
there's all
conditions.
kinds of stinking chaos in there. So
That's a lot of conditions.
yeah, exactly. So we don't control our own destiny anymore,
sucks.
and it's everybody's talking after 6-0. Hey, we're gonna be 9-0 going into the Duke game, and no,
Dude,
nope.
this happened to Tech last year. Can you believe this? So think back to last year and how awful Virginia was and how awful Miami was. We beat, and then how good Pitt, Duke, and North Carolina were. We beat all 3 of them last year and lost to Virginia, Miami.
And Miami,
because our freaking quarterbacks went down in that game, dude.
Right.
Our first string quarterback went down against Virginia, we lost, and then we had our second string quarterback, and he was good, broke his freaking clavicle against Miami, and we freaking and we lose. And we could have been 7-5 and gone to the ACC championship last year if we had just handled business against Miami and Virginia. But isn't that crazy? That's coastal. That's
the coastal chaos right there, bro.
I miss it, dude. I already miss it, but
I do too.
It's still chaos.
I do too. Yeah.
We're spreading the chaos throughout the entire conference now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Zach Pyron, too. I talked to him on the channel. One of the picks he threw against Miami was because he tried to throw after he broke his clavicle. So
what a beast.
If there was ever a pick that wasn't on a quarterback, I'd say that's one of them.
Real quick, Buzz Talk with FaceTech, thank you for the 2 super chats. The first one says, just stop ranking North Carolina to save disappointment.
Damn.
That might, I mean.
Hey, man.
I
mean,
think,
it's. Go ahead, brother.
I was going to say, I feel that way also about Iowa. Like, they could not exist and nothing would change about college football.
Yeah.
But go ahead. You can respond to that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, the thing about Carolina is they're ranked there because they have the talent.
Yeah.
But they don't have it is since the mid 90s, man, it's killed us. We just don't I don't know what it is. We just can't get the dog about us anymore, man. Athletes and no football players.
That's gotta be tough.
What do you think would have to change? What does North Carolina do to get over this hump that they come across every year?
Somebody young and hungry, man.
Yeah.
Young, just a young, hungry guy that's just. I mean, I feel like Mac's persona, and I love him for it. I believe, I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great coach. He's a respectful man. But I think that permeates down into, everybody's a gentleman. And when you get in between those thinking lines, it's war, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
We don't have that fight, and it comes up every year, and it's frustrating to Carolina fans. It's just so
I don't doubt it at all. I see Luke in here, and he came in and retracted his message. You can't escape from me, Luke.
Luke's dodging.
You can't escape from me. Hey, let me tell you something. Luke, I am your father.
Does Russ know about the bet we made?
That's Luke Walker, North Carolina fan, and we do. So you should come. You should come by the ACC show. Do you know who Pigskin Pete is?
I've watched a couple of his shows. Yeah.
He we do an ACC show every Tuesday night at 7 to 9, and me and him are the hosts of it. And we have a panel of ACC members. And Luke is the resident North Carolina fan. He's been on there ever since we've done the show. And me and him made a bet this offseason. It was in the offseason of whoever lost this game had to eat an actual crow.
Literally,
like eat a crow.
I can't believe he took that bet, dude.
Well, he did because he thought he was saying, "Oh, Haynes King is trash, and Drake May is the best quarterback of all time, and we're gonna blah 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 blah."
Which he still is.
And look,
Drake May's great.
I don't
We're
blame
not taking
him.
nothing away from May.
I don't blame him for coming on. Yeah, Drake May didn't do anything wrong.
I keep seeing people dogging him. It's like
I don't get that. Your offense, you didn't lose because your offense. You put up 42 points.
Yeah, I mean, you pass for over 300.
Yeah.
You run for almost 200, and people are like, yeah, Drake May didn't play well. It's like
come on,
70%.
42
70% over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Like, what are you talking about?
42 points should be enough to win, and no interceptions too is crazy.
Yes.
But But yeah, we had a bet and we called it off because turns out you can't actually get crow meat anywhere.
You can't purchase
I don't know if you've
crow
ever
meat.
tried to like buy a crow or buy crow
never.
meat, but you can't. So we called it off, which sucks because I would have liked to see him eat crow because he would have had to, of course.
Luke
But,
is in the chat.
so-
He says, I didn't really think it through clearly. Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously,
None of us did, though.
you better show up on Tuesday, Luke. You better show up. I'm coming after you, Luke. But but that was funny. Me and him talk a lot of trash to each
That's
other.
good, man.
We
That's
talk a
good.
lot of trash to each other. So yeah, you should come by. Yeah, we have an open panel of ACC members, and we have a good time over there.
I'll try to stink and make
Yeah.
that in, man. Obviously, like I work a ton. So,
I know.
and then-
I relate.
And then you guys think and know like this is super time consuming.
It is.
So,
Yeah.
so,
It is.
you know.
Yeah. Just anytime
I don't
you
think
can.
people realize like how time consuming it is.
It is, and you, well, you have yet to go, because you started your channel right at the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
So the off season is a grind.
It's rough.
It is rough.
Really?
I don't know if you're planning on, I guess doing content throughout the whole year, or if you're planning on just doing seasonal. Some people do it seasonally.
Right.
But it is a grind to come up with content throughout.
With content, yeah, I'm sure, bro.
Because there's only a few months of football,
Yeah.
and
I'm doing basketball too. So mine will go out
so you're
in
good.
April.
You're good.
set.
You're
Yeah,
set.
yeah.
You're good. Okay.
So
You're good. For us football people, we don't have that luxury, and I have absolutely zero interest in basketball. So
in basketball, yeah.
People ask us, I'm like, I don't know basketball
Yeah.
as well, and I
Yeah.
just don't.
I
really
just
want
don't
to
care.
Talk about
I
it.
really
I'm-
just don't.
Like I said, I'm partial to football. People are like, "You're a Carolina fan," and you like, "Yeah, I am a bigger North Carolina everything is North Carolina football."
Yeah.
man. It's just that's what I love.
Yeah.
but but
Football,
I'm also a basketball
college
player.
football is by far the greatest sport in the
Yes.
whole world.
Absolutely,
It is
absolutely.
the greatest sport. And so
Yes.
I totally understand being a Tech fan. It's like people are like, what? You're a Tech football fan. You're not a Tech spelling bee fan? But I'm like, yeah, dude, I can't help it. I mean, I want my team to be good. I don't blame you at all. And North Carolina, has been good, so,
I still think, bro, the right guy gets in. It's commonly referred. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but it's commonly referred to as a sleeping giant. But it's just in this perpetual sleep. 'Cause
yeah,
they have the facilities, they have the branding, they get the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know, man. I don't.
Well,
know
you have
what
the
it is.
money. You have
Yeah.
a good
it
NIL
would
offering.
it is a good job.
Yeah.
And you could be looking at, for example, you could be looking at like a Gary Patterson situation, kind of like at TCU, where he's just old and kind of past his prime and doesn't quite have it anymore. But as soon as you move on from him, it's like the sky's the limit. You know what I mean? Kind of like Duke, too. Not that Duke is some kind of amazing job, but it just sort of like that. It's like I could totally see, whenever you guys do move on from Mac Brown, I could totally see you guys, like, taking off because, like you said, yeah, you can recruit there, flagship university and everything.
Yep.
Sure.
And college sports is still king in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But,
We do have another
North Carolina-
super chat, too, here from FaceSack. Thank you for $5. I messed this earlier, or I haven't got to it. I'm sorry. We're having a good conversation here.
yeah, man. Good conversation.
He
You
says
guys have
yes.
been awesome.
Yeah, thanks. You too. He says yes. We put up more yards yesterday than any ranked ACC team and their opponents. I'll be damned. Our offense may be the most underrated in the entire country. Yes, it is underrated, but
I don't know.
also inconsistent.
You guys
Yeah.
got speed, man. I was kind of surprised by some of the speed. I'm not gonna lie.
At
Singleton,
wide receiver,
yeah. Singleton looked good.
That's a
couple
true
guys were just
freshman,
walking
man.
away.
That's a true
crazy.
freshman.
That
And-
kid's like at 19.
Yeah,
Nobody expected him coming into the season because we had a really exciting wide receiver room coming into the offseason. We had a ton of SEC transfers We got the tight end Brett Seether from Georgia. He's the one that caught that crazy corner of the end zone pass. I thought Haynes King threw that ball away. We were calling
So
the
did
game.
the cameraman.
We were calling the game, and I was like, "Oh, he throws it out of bounds."
It's a great toe tap,
dude.
man.
That was
Great toe
insane.
tap.
He has 5 receptions for 4 touchdowns.
I know.
this
I've
year.
seen that. That's insane, bro.
And there is so many crazy freaking stats from this.
Yeah.
And we had Christian Leary from Alabama. He was like a former 4-star receiver. We had Chase Lane from Texas A&M. We had help me out. What else?
Abdul Janae and Leary
Yeah.
runs a 10-300 meter. He's got blazing speed.
Yeah. So we had all these transfers in and then we had Malik Rutherford already. That was number 8. He had a great game last night. We had him on the roster already. He's been kind of a guy that's kind of like bided his time and recruiting. We recruited him, and so we had a stacked receiver room.
No one was talking about
Nobody
Singleton.
thought Singleton would do
Including
that.
us.
He's that
That's
good.
crazy.
He's that good.
He is good, man.
And he
He's
was a
good. He looks
2-star. He was a 2-star.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. From
Yes.
Douglasville, Georgia, just
Yes.
right going toward Alabama.
His other
That's
offers
steal
were
right
like
there, bro.
SEC or FCS schools and like
Wow.
Old Dominion and stuff like that. Like
He's a football player. I could see it.
Yeah.
Just it
Yeah.
oozes out of him, bro. So
our
that's,
our evaluation so far has been very impressive to me. It's like kind of like Dave Clawson is able to do. He just finds these like 2 and 3 stars that nobody cares about, and turns out they're amazing. That's like a really good talent. So
Well, that's what Russ was saying that I agree with. You have talented players and you have playmakers.
Yeah.
that's right.
And they're not always the same.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You want them to be
Yeah.
the same. The greatest players do have both. Singleton he's a playmaker, man. He's just a playmaker.
They're saying Nate Who in the chat now. Okay,
Damn.
this is a little bit vindication here. Now Nate McCullum, of course, leaves Georgia Tech last year. He was our leading receiver last year, and leaves to transfer to North Carolina, and only records 1 catch for 2 yards.
He had a rough game.
So was he out there the whole time and just wasn't catching anything? Is that
Yeah,
what
he got a
happened?
lot of burn. He
Wow.
killed us. He killed us in the Virginia game, man. He had 4 for sure, but there was 5 that I can recall. I'm talking about drops.
Really?
Like drive killers against Virginia.
Ouch.
And then we kind of thought, well, hey, Nate's coming back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can have a bounce back game. And he had 1 catch for 2 yards.
Yeah.
And it was literally it was Drake was in the gun and he came in motion and he just pitched it forward to him. I mean, it wasn't any, I was kind of surprised that he wasn't featured a little bit more,
Yeah.
but
Man, that is wild because he was insane for us.
he's a good receiver.
yeah.
He's
Well,
been
what's
really
what's funny enough is he was hurt last year when we played you guys, so he didn't even play.
Yeah, he didn't even play
against y'all
Carolina,
last year. But that's just crazy. Look, it doesn't hurt my feelings, okay? When that happens, like, a player transfers out to go to a better school, it does kind of vindicate me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, man, I can't stand it. I wish there was the loyalty that there is back then.
Yeah.
It's just, kids are going to each school and
I'm glad at least we kind of got our revenge last night because yes, McCullum did transfer to you guys, but Ole Miss, who we played earlier this year, we're basically a JV league for them. They have like 5 of our former players on their roster, and they whooped us with them, and that was infuriating.
A lot of our defensive players.
Talk about infuriating. That was so upsetting. So it does feel a little bit good to kind of get a little bit. But yeah. FaceTag, thank you for the 5. He says that's why I say underrated. If we could have played good offensively against Bowling Green, BC, we would 100% be a top 5 offense in the country. Yeah, you're right. For whatever reason, we just can't handle our business. I don't know what it is.
Against less talented teams.
But look, Jeff Collins' teams would happen to him. They get beat by a horrible team, and then they would give up.
Yeah.
So
That's how you go 3-9 3 years.
the
in a
thing
row.
about Brent Key is you just can't count him out. So it is.
Well,
yeah.
I'll say this, and this is it's gonna be, Georgia Tech fans will love this, man. I feel like last night in that fourth quarter, like towards the end of the fourth quarter, there was Georgia Tech. To that they took that defense's soul. I mean, those guys, man, they looked helpless out there.
Yeah.
And I knew with about 10 minutes left, I said, we cannot stop them to save our life. They're going to move the football down. It's a shootout. Whoever's got the ball last. And then, Tez, obviously, he makes a great catch and he gets blasted, which was a great football hit. People were like, oh, where's the flag? It's like, man, that's clean, bro. That's a clean hit. It's unfortunate that he got hurt and everything, but that's just a great play by that corner. I think it was a corner.
Yeah,
Murray
Harvey.
Boundary. Yeah, he made a great football play because we're driving. If Tez can hold on to that ball, man, it might be a different outcome.
Dude, that
You
puts,
probably win.
That puts such a
It
damper on it, man. Like, I felt so bad for him. Is he okay? I heard he got discharged
So he was
from
released.
the hospital.
Yeah, he was released from the hospital, but
So
I don't
good.
know. I don't know any of that. I'm sure that he probably won't suit up against Campbell next week.
Oh man.
So
What was it? A
think he might be out
concussion?
for
Do
the
we
year.
know?
I don't know, man. I don't think they've released exactly what his what was wrong with him.
That really hurt my feelings. I do not like to see that at all.
Yeah.
No, it's one of those things that kind of make you sick to your stomach. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they took him to Emory. That'd be the closest hospital, also the best hospital in the state. But
Yeah.
it didn't look good. To me, it looked like a severe concussion. And I know he didn't get hit in the head. I feel like he could have got whiplashed a little bit with that.
I mean,
hit.
it looked like he was in a car accident because
Yeah,
the kid came out. He had no idea that he was there.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was free.
It was a blindside hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
it was clean. He was tackling him.
Yeah. He hit him. It was like high chest, like
Right.
here.
Yeah.
His
It was a
shoulder.
clean football hit.
I was trying to figure out what it could be, but yeah, and that really did turn the tide too. That turnover.
And I knew once Georgia Tech recovered, I knew, especially as North Carolina came out, and once again knowing that Georgia Tech's going to run the football and they got 6 people in the box, I'm wanting to start to throw stuff.
Yeah.
Watching you guys just walk it down the field, man. But Georgia Tech earned it, man. Georgia Tech earned it, and once again, Atlanta is a house of horrors. And like you said at the beginning, I was sitting here listening to you guys, and I was like, let me on here, because it was hurting so deep, But it doesn't matter if it's Atlanta or Chapel Hill, man. You guys stinking own us, bro. And it seems like every year we're supposed to win this football game, and then you guys you're like, no.
Now, ideally, I mean, hopefully in the future, not you guys beat us now. I'm not hoping for that. Hopefully in the future, we will stop dropping games to awful teams so it won't be such a bad loss. That's my hope in the future. But, of course, no divisions anymore, so we're not even going to play every year anymore, which sucks.
Yeah.
But we could play twice.
I don't know about you, but
that's because you guys are chalking it up as a win every year.
Yeah,
we did bet to eat crow over it. We were
that's right.
chalking it up as a win.
That's right. But I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of the 3-3-5 thing. Like, I don't know who you guys got as rivals, but ours are Clemson, which is okay. We're rivals with Clemson. We've always played them. But our other two are Louisville and Wake Forest. Like, that's 2 Atlantic teams I don't give a toot about.
Right,
like,
right.
What?
That's what I hate about this whole thing. So we're good because we have our 3 main. We have State, NC State, Duke, and Virginia.
Okay, so that's good. Yeah,
those are the teams that we love to hate.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But yeah, that I'll be honest. I could give a rip less about Georgia Tech, Louisville. I don't know how that could be a rivalry.
It's not. At least they're. I think that they're shuffling it every 4 years, is what I heard. If the conference survives that long, that's another thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about. I don't want to get into that, but yeah.
Well, real quick, just I hate that. I hate the 3 teams that we added. That's disgusting.
Yeah, dude. Like we
It's
took
disgusting.
the not the sloppy seconds, but the sloppy thirds.
Birds.
The Big Ten got their piece. Then the Big 12 comes in and takes what they want, and we take freaking Stanford, Cal, and then SMU for no reason. Are
Not
you
sexy
kidding
at all,
me?
bro? Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Unbelievable, dude.
And
It is
Cal's one of the
unbelievable.
most indebted teams in the country,
Yeah.
even more than us. I think they're like 400 million
Yeah.
in the red. so what are they? That tells you no one's watching them. One. So how does that help you?
They're an
Yeah.
it's 3 awful teams that add absolutely zero value to the conference.
Yeah, I could
So-
care less if they're on the schedule.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't move the needle for me. I need the regional stuff, man. I need
Yes.
Virginia, Duke
Yes.
State. I need Georgia Tech.
Yes.
You know, that's what I need.
I
man.
loved it. The Coastal was perfect. I love the
Yeah.
teams we
Yes,
play.
I
I love
agree.
playing Miami. I love playing North Carolina,
Yeah.
Duke, the Virginia schools. I love even Pitt. I had gotten used to playing, and I liked playing Pitt. I liked that division, and now it's gone. Thank you for the 10 face sack. You're the man. You're the freaking man. I think this one is addressed to you, Russ. He says, the play where King ran around, did like 3 stutters, and threw the toe tap. I know that had y'all mad at y'all's defense.
Oh, bro.
No reason that should have been a completion or a touchdown from a defensive standpoint.
Should have been a sack, probably.
Well, he made a great
Yeah.
play.
Well, yeah. I
he
thought
took
it was over.
Yeah, he took advantage of the fact that you got three defenders standing in front of him, and nobody goes and gets him. And it's like you got him pinned on the sideline, bro. Go,
Yeah, I did go back and watch
somebody-
it, and they were like
go tackle him.
they were like doing this.
Yeah,
They were like,
exactly, exactly.
and
Good
yeah.
night, man. And I mean, it was a hell of a throw. It was a hell of a catch, you know. But you know, everybody on my feed is like, "What in the world, man?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, once again, where is the dog? Where's the killer? Where's the guy that wants to stink and eat, man? You know, and it just everybody's over here playing patty cake.
Yeah.
You know, who wants to go? Do you want to go get him? You know, man, it's frustrating, bro. Frustrating.
I bet. By the way, Russ, I could sit here and talk to you all night, but anytime you need to jump off, just let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off here.
Yeah.
We'll do about 2-3 more minutes, man, because I got to
Yeah.
get up early and go to work. So
I do too. I got to be at work at 6.
I got to be at work earlier than that, and I'm not trying to win
Oh
up yet.
no, you want to totally want
Same.
to. No, that's fine.
No.
I understand. I got to be up at 5 because I live like an hour away.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it sucks, but we do it because we freaking love it, because it's in our blood. Because it's in our blood.
That's right. Yep, it is,
And-
man.
And
Cool.
and you have a great thing going, and
You
keep
do.
it
I
up.
appreciate you, bro.
We're coming up on the off season, and it's the toughest time of the for a content creator. Well, I guess you have basketball still, but
Yeah.
but it's funny too because Luke Walker is a basketball fan too, and he would come on and tell us about basketball throughout the basketball season.
You
'cause
guys could give a rip less.
me and
yeah.
Pete have no idea like what basketball is. But okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop your channel link one more time.
I appreciate you, bro.
And go
Yeah,
ahead
go
and
sub
tell.
up Russ.
Yeah, you guys go sub up Russ. And dude, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you guys having me, man. You guys have been stinking awesome, dude. You guys have been awesome.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna just rain on me.
No, come on. Now, Luke, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
Luke asked.
Well, I
But-
can take it. I got a strong
No,
chin.
I get it.
Like
I
I was
get
telling Rec Talk, I got a strong chin, man. So
You
By
have
all
to.
means.
You have to come
Yeah.
on here. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to.
It's interesting though amongst creators because we know pain and heartbreak because we've all gone through it. Usually for like a day we pull off like, ooh, that was a bad loss. I'm gonna leave them be for a day. at
Dude,
least before-
those guys on the ACC show totally left me alone after the Bowling Green loss. They were like,
They knew.
They knew.
yeah. Yeah. I hear you.
So,
So,
I hear you, man.
thank you so much for coming on, Russ. You're the
appreciate
freaking
you
man.
guys.
Yes, keep up
I
the good
appreciate
work.
you guys. And likewise, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna try to check you guys out on Tuesday, and then and then by all means, bro, for the foreseeable future, man, we'll link up anytime Carolina Georgia Tech talk.
Absolutely, I love it.
Sounds great.
I love it.
All right,
man.
All right, gentlemen. All right, bro.
Thanks for coming on. See you later. Yeah, y'all be sure to go sub up Russ the Tar Heel. He does great stuff over there. Great guy. Great content creator. Very talented. When I first started my channel, my shit was terrible. He's got really good production value. So I always appreciate that. Same with Rec Talk. When he first started his channel, it's like way better than mine. I had to like fumble around. I had like when I was first did it, I was sitting there and I was like, and I had like royalty free disco music in the background. And I'm like,
Well, that's something else people don't realize unless you record yourself talk, how much you lean on these, like, like you'll do it 100 times in 5 minutes.
It's something that I try to avoid nowadays, and I'll do other things too, like say, what does he say? That first car trash talk video was great. Oh, that was my very first video. Yeah, I was hot because Uncle Lou came on and talked shit about my beloved Jeff Collins. I was pissed that day because we should have beat Pitt that day. We were this close. I had gone to that game, and it was during COVID, and we were like the only people there, and the freaking Pitt players were like getting all these unsportsmanlike penalties, and they were like punching us, and they were playing dirty. Like the coaches were starting fights with players and stuff. Like Pitt is such a dirty program, and I was hot. And then Uncle Lou comes on and talks about and then of course this was back before I started to hate Jeff Collins, and he rips his hand away from it, and I'm like, I don't blame him. That game pissed me off too.
Dude, you said, F Pat Narduzzi.
I said, well, I wasn't even, because it was Uncle Lou. I was responding to Uncle Lou's video about Jeff Collins, calling him a loser and all this and that. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. I was like, fuck Uncle Lou and fuck Georgia. Oh, yeah. And fuck Pitt, too. And I was like,
specifically Narduzzi.
No, and I was like, and he comes on here and he talks about my jackets. We got to pull it up. Come on, we got to pull it up.
Yeah.
Who wants to watch Sea Dog's first video real quick?
Let's look at the inaugural Sea Dog coming out of the gate swinging. At Lou?
How many of you in the comment section have seen Sea Dog's first video? It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny to go down memory lane here a little bit. We'll just watch the first couple minutes for it, because I think I say fuck Narduzzi like right at the beginning, and and it was pretty funny. Here, let's see if I can get it pulled up here real quick, because it was pretty funny.
Just got.
Oh, well, am I screwing it up? Let's see. Here we go.
Home to find a fucking video from Uncle Lou.
His brain dead arguments against my jackets. Yeah, I'm a Georgia Tech fan, and Uncle Lou wants to talk shit about Jeff Collins and my team getting blown out last night. They didn't get blown out. They didn't. If you watch the video, Uncle Lou says some things that just aren't true. Anybody who watched the game would know that what he say. You sound stupid, Lou. Nothing you say is true. Okay, we didn't get blown out. We had half our damn team missing, and we were able to keep it within 1 and 2 scores the whole game. Okay, it was a late fourth quarter score that put them ahead and made it the final score. The game was much closer than the score would tell you. You'd know that if you watched the game. You didn't. You were doing your live show or whatever. And then you saw the headline, oh, Jeff Collins come in here and
and was rude to Narduzzi. Fuck Narduzzi. His players are out of control.
Oh, good times. I know you can't hear it, Rec Talk. I'm sorry. But
It was just delayed.
I'm like, he come in here and was rude to Narduzzi. Fuck Narduzzi.
Yeah, dude, I think you came out of the gate perfect. In fact, I don't think anyone's ever started that well.
That's true. But then if you go and watch my, the videos after that, I'm sitting there and I'm like, so.
Well, then I feel like your first live stream is tough too, because now I can't correct how dumb I look later.
Yeah, the first live stream I did was it was the Ohio State and Alabama national championship game in 2020.
Okay.
So that was chill. It was all my boys, and we were just hanging out basically. And we had one viewer, and it was this middle school kid. I won't forget him. How could I forget? It was my first freaking live stream viewer, Samuel Pate. Samuel Pate, and he was so funny, dude. He came on. This kid was like, I don't know if he was either just the dumbest kid ever or like a professional troll. I never figured it out. But he he went on to Big Dog Brett's stream once and didn't say anything for like 10 minutes, and then he farted and left.
Dude, I respect this kid.
Yes.
Maybe more than I ever respected another
Dude,
human being.
he was hilarious. So that was
That's
good
commitment
times.
too.
Good times, dude. Good times. Adam wants to know if we're opening up the stream hour. What do you got left in you, Rec Talk?
I don't have much.
Not
man.
much
I'm
left in you.
gassed.
I'm gassed too. Maybe we'll do it another night.
I'm sure I'll do a live stream tomorrow.
I've got, like I said, I got to be up at 6.
Yeah.
I've got
an early meeting myself
Yeah.
that I have to lead, so
Yeah. So
I can't just sit here and say nothing like I have tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel like you didn't get much words in.
No. I'm saying like I sat here and didn't say much because I'm tired. It had nothing to do
Really?
with you. Yeah.
The other week I came on here and like I had taken 2 Benadryls and I was like, hey, man.
Yeah, if I remember right, I was like, "Yeah, Sea-Dog, what are your thoughts on that?" And you're like, "What?"
Yeah, dude. I popped 2 freaking bennies right before the show and thought I didn't think of the repercussions.
Have you seen people are getting high by like basically overdosing on Benadryl?
No. Oh yes, yes. And then
it
you see
produces
crazy
insane
shit.
highs.
You see like horrifying things. Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, it's an antihistamine, so it constricts your blood vessels, so you're just choking your brain of oxygen.
Uh-huh.
Let's do it, dude.
I took it the other night because of my poison ivy, so it would stop itching. And I'm about to take 2 more and go to bed. Now I take it after the show.
Chris S. has gone down the lore. He says you get to see the Hat Man. And I'll be honest with you, I never thought that phrase would terrify me, but it does.
The Hat Man? Oh, God.
That sounds like Slender Man with a hat to
Yeah.
me. I don't know.
The Hat Man is that is scary. That I don't know what that is, but it just sounds scary.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not good.
Brent Smith wants to know, Sea-Dog, are you and Rec Talk going to tailgate for Syracuse? Now, I don't know what Rec Talk's plans are.
What is that?
But I don't know. I've been hearing a rumor that going around that the Buzzsaw might be appearing at the Syracuse game.
Ooh.
I heard that rumor. Have you guys heard of this?
I haven't even heard.
So I'm gonna try to probably walk around and see if I can find the Buzzsaw.
That's November 18th.
Yeah, and we might get a Buzzsaw video that week. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
Wow.
We have a formidable opponent that week, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to
what
tailgate
happens.
whenever.
Yeah, but
It's always tough to plan because I never know when the kickoff is until the week of.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Hopefully it's not noon. We were talking to Bryce Kuhn and asked him last night, do we win this game if it's played at noon. No.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
But I mean, that's just the thing. Like, you can't have all your games at night. Eventually, you got to get your head out of your ass and play during the day. You know.
You do.
So, wise advice from Rec Talk and Sea Dog on our way out tonight. Do you got anything else, Rec Talk?
No.
Don't either.
No.
Me and Rec Talk are tired. We've celebrated, and now it's time to move on to Virginia. Okay. No more screwing around. Listen, the win-loss thing is cute, but let's just beat Virginia, right? Right?
Ooh, you guys screw around too much.
Screwing around. I don't know what happened to my StreamYard. It's looking all messed up.
Yeah, it's like one of these etcher paintings or something.
What in the hell happened? I don't know what happened, but
There's too many Rec Talks on here.
anyway, there's 2 Rec Talks. There's one there's like 2.5 Rec Talks.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know what the hell happened. But anyway,
Am I dreaming right now? Am I coming?
You're seeing the Hat Man?
Oh man.
Oh no,
dude. I'm not superstitious, but I don't like that, dude. Because I can convince myself any little noise is the Hat Man. I know that. Hat Man?
I know.
F this. Getting a hotel room tonight.
I know. So thank you everybody. Chris S asked, "What is the buzzsaw, dude? What, sir? You need to do some research, man.
How to say you're not a Sea Dog fan without saying you're not a Sea Dog
You need to
fan.
get learned, bro. It's literally like the highlighted video on the Sea Dog channel. I can't believe you're asking this question. I guess it just means that the buzzsaw hasn't appeared in a while. He's a busy man. Hey, look, he's a busy man. He's hard to get a hold of, okay? You know what I mean? So, take it easy. Look, here is the first buzzsaw video. I'm going to link it. You click on that and watch it, so you'll be prepared for the next time the buzzsaw appears. And Rec Talk and Sea Dog are going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, FaceAct, for the support of the channel again. You're the freaking man. It really means a lot. It's going to improve the channel. I promise you. I'm saving up for a new camera, like Rec Talk's guy. He's got a cool looking one. So Sea Dog will be getting hopefully getting an upgrade. Oh, this is my god.
I can do the wave
by himself. Oh no, I'm screwing everything up. This is getting out. This is getting out of hand.
No, I should take my shirt off now.
This is getting out of hand. We're gonna get out of here before something else crazy happens. And go Jackets. We'll see you next time. And if nobody told you already,
Rec Talk loves you, and I think you just proved string theory.
Love it. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are the best freaking community ever. Go Jackets. And we'll see y'all next time. That's what I say. Go